Alright, yes we are. What's up guys, it's Pumpkin the Crain here. Today I'm going to be doing my spoiler-free review of Loki, Season 1, Episode 5. Now let's get into it. So in this episode, Loki has been pruned and sent to a random world that does not interfere with the timeline in this universe, in the MCU's universe. And to his surprise, it has a whole bunch of alternate versions of himself already there. And yeah, so he has to end up like teaming up with them to basically take down like this cloud monster that they call Goliath, that keeps anybody from escaping that world, and is like basically a guard dog for whatever is controlling the TVA. And of course Loki wants to know who's controlling the TVA and why. And so do the other Lokis. So that's basically the plot of this episode. And Sylvie also comes to this world on purpose just to find Loki and find out who's actually controlling the TVA. And this episode has a lot to do with the multiverse and this in the MCU. A lot of people are saying that WandaVision kind of introduced the multiverse to the MCU, which I guess WandaVision technically did, if you think about it. But the multiverse didn't play like a very big part of WandaVision. I know that a lot of you are probably just like, what? WandaVision didn't introduce the multiverse? Well, actually, according to Kevin Feige, WandaVision did. When a couple months ago, when there was that whole Marvel thing, a Marvel announcement where they announced a big lineup of films and shows, Kevin Feige said that WandaVision actually basically kind of included the multiverse or whatever. And WandaVision has ended as of now. And yes, I have seen every episode of WandaVision. And yeah, I guess that show technically did introduce the multiverse, if you think about it. But in my opinion, it's this show that actually kind of makes it a thing in the MCU. Actually centers more on it. Makes it an official thing in the MCU. Especially this episode, because in this episode, there's a lot of Loki. There's a lot of communication between Loki and the other Lokis. That's basically a big part of the episode. Sylvie is an alternate Loki, if you already didn't know. So technically, episode 2 really started to dive into the multiverse. But in my opinion, this episode, has the most to do with the multiverse. And it's great. I really like what the MCU is doing with the multiverse so far, and how they're using it. And I love this episode. It's my favorite episode so far. It's been the best episode yet. It's funny. It's fun. It's interesting. It's gripping. The visual effects are just awesome and perfect, and everything in this episode is perfect. There's a lot of great action. There are a few twists and turns in this episode, and it's just a lot of fun. And it makes you want more of the show, and I do want more of the show, and I can't wait for episode 6. Anyway, I'm going to give this episode a 100% out of 100%, which is the equivalent of an A+. Like, subscribe, join the notification squad. I will return.